Hey there, what are your biggest regrets? These are mine. Today I will go through them so you don't need to go through what I did. After being playing all around in the world, in the US, in Latin America and Asia, I learned this the hard way. But before we get started, what is a jazz blues actually? Mastering the jazz blues is crucial for any musician, especially for guitar players. It's a complete game changer. Blues music is deeply connected in the African American history. Originating in the 19th century as slaves in the Deep South incorporated African traditional music, spirituals, and work songs into this new musical form on plantations. While early documentation is limited, blues is believed to have laid its foundations as early as the 1870s. Over the years, blues became the cornerstone of American popular music, influencing genres like rock and roll, jazz, funk, and many more. And today, the blues form and its vocabulary continue to shape diverse sounds and contexts. The fundamental harmony, the blues chord progression, forms the backbone of what we now recognize as the blues, revolving around the 1, 4, and 5 chords, and typically spanning 12 bars. Here are some examples of my personal favorite jazz blueses. Straight No Chaser, Billy's Bounce, Tenor Madness, Au Privav, Blues for Alice, featuring the iconic bird blues form. Embrace the richness of jazz blues where history meets harmony. Let the chords guide you on a musical journey that transcends time. Let's go. Oh, and by the way, before we get started, please be sure to subscribe here to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my future guitar lessons out. And by the way, the full tabs for this lesson are available on my Patreon. I will put the link here below. Now, let's go. So I never actually appreciated to play blues guitar in the beginning. I always wanted to play like modern jazz and like metal and stuff. So here today comes some tools I wish and I really regret that I didn't practice earlier. But before we do that, let's just check the chords for the jazz blues. Let's go. Alright, sounds good? I agree. So one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't explore and write simple melodies over the jazz blues. Let me show you. By the way, do you know anyone that also wants to learn what to avoid in order to not have any regrets? Then be sure to share this video with them. I personally would really appreciate to get over these tools earlier in my jazz guitar journey. Now, here comes a concept that I wish I came across earlier. Doesn't this one sound really good? If not, I don't know what. So I really wished I had learned this tool earlier. By the way, do you want the full tabs for this guitar lesson here from my YouTube video? Then be sure to check the link in my description. Here comes my next biggest regret. To not repeating melodies and rhythms. Let me show you. Sounds really bluesy, right? I agree. By the way, are you a beginner with jazz guitar? Then be sure to check out this lesson I got here on my YouTube channel. There I will teach you everything you need. Here's my next biggest regret. To not outlining the jazz blues chords. The easy way. Let me show you real quick what I mean. Alright, so real quick, so this concept is really useful. So basically, you want to be aware of what is happening in the harmony. So for example, the first chord, B flat 7, we have the major third here, but on the fourth chord, E flat 7, the major third of B flat becomes the minor third in the scale. And that is the same as the flat 7 of E flat. So this could be pretty much if you're not used to the harmony and the theory of jazz guitar, but it's so useful. Listen here. So for example, now I will target the major third and then hit the minor third in the scale, depending on the chord we got. You will hear how it sounds. So so there I targeted also the thirds of the dominant chords. So G7 landed on the minor third of C minor, and then the same. And then I did this altered lick over F. So be sure to check out the tabs here I got as well. There you will see analyzed all the notes, what is happening towards the chords I'm playing over. So basically it's just about being aware of the right notes to hit, because you don't need to play like that. Doesn't sound blues. What sounds blues is this. If not, I don't know what. So when I'm outlining the chords, I'm basically targeting the thirds of each chord and then be aware of the flat sevens and so on, as I showed you. Then I'm also using some scale notes from the major and the minor pentatonic blues scale as well. And it sounds really, really good, as you can hear. It's really easy when you get started with it. And I really, really wish that I had checked this one out before earlier. And here comes my biggest of all regrets when practicing and playing jazz blues. Not singing when I play and not writing solos so I can explore and see how I actually want to sound when I play a jazz blues. Let me show you what I mean. Doesn't it sound much more musically? I think so. I hope you have learned something and that you apply these tools so you don't need to regret anything in the future. Get the full tabs for this whole video on my Patreon. There you will also get an instant access to more than 300 lessons with Solitude's example of, for example, the jazz blues and jazz standards, neo soul guitar and everything you need. So there you can really explore the world of jazz guitar. I'll put the link in the description. So basically, don't do like me and ignore these tools. Be sure to check them out so you don't need to regret anything in the future. Good luck with all this information I've given you here today, and please don't do like me. Be sure to check it out. See you next time. Now, let's play some jazz blues.